All right, so my 5 tools that I decided to talk about are Quizlet, Kahoot, YouTube, Plickers, and PowerPoint. So here's a little bit of the Quizlet. You go here to create a study set, very simple. It takes you to a place where you can, put in your vocab, whatever it is you want to use. I teach Spanish, so I'll be using a lot of Spanish vocab. I've got some folders that I've already created here. We'll check out the animales zoológicos here quick. So you load your lists. I was playing around with this already, so just to see, gives you some results, all right, of things that you've already played around with. So you have options to flashcard, there's a learn option, there's a speller, a test, you can do scatter, gravity, you have all these different options that your students can do. Now you create your list and then you add them to a class. Of course, I don't have a class to add to yet, but eventually I'll be adding these lists to a class one day. So it just gives you an excellent idea of how to use this tool. Elephant, and then you click on it, gives you the English, you click it to flip, and then it gives you the Spanish and saying it in Spanish too. So I thought that was pretty cool. Next tool we have here is the Kahoot. Kahoot is similar to the Quizlet, except that this is more of an interactive one with the entire class. So everyone has devices, all the students have devices, and the teacher, you preload, of course, your vocab, whatever it is that you want the students to know, the questions that you want to ask, you preload that, and then everyone has to have a device in order to work. So just here's a quick excerpt video of what it looks like in the classroom. Teacher has the question up there. Everyone can see it. All the students here, they have devices of some sort, laptops. I see smartphones, I see tablets, that are used. Of course, they have to log into the Kahoot itself. And once they're all connected, they can answer these questions. And of course, as a teacher, you receive the results of who's answering what, how they're answering, and so forth. And of course, the kids get excited about this. They love it. That's just an example of the Kahoot there. So then the next thing I did here was the Plickers. We'll check out Plickers. Is kind of very similar to Kahoot, to be honest with you. The biggest difference that I notice is the fact that the students do not have devices. It's just this teacher themselves, and then the students have these cards that you print out for them, and they're specific to the student too, which I think is kind of cool. Another thing I think is cool about this is that, if money is an issue for a school, but they want to still, have some technology there for the kids, this is something that is, cool that the kids can do, and all they need is just the card there to for the teacher to assess. So here's just a little excerpt of what it looks like in the classroom. Oh, my battery's getting low. Sorry about that. So teacher has her device. Everyone has their answer cards. It registers, picks up. You notice how when it registers, it says the student's name. And if you can kind of see at the top a little bit, you'll see how there's names, and then it will register who answered what. So not only can you, once again, tell how your class is doing, but you can see how individual students are doing themselves to help with making sure you're differentiating instruction, and that if someone needs help, then you can help them with that. Next thing, I've showed a few YouTube videos, but, YouTube is definitely a great tool to use in the classroom. There's a song that I like to share with my students about the alphabet in Spanish. It's a little different than the English alphabet. It's like a military style song here. The teacher says one part, the students repeat, and my students really love this song. You'll hear them singing this in the hallways and so forth with each other. So they really love this. You just throw this on. Sometimes I have them watch it. Most of the time I just have, the audio for it is what I use the YouTube for. Last but not least, we got a PowerPoint here that's actually I have on Adobe, but it's a PowerPoint type style. Of course, we got here we talk about credit where credit's due, right? I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but this is something that I found online, a wonderful website here. So it's just a story that I can use. You, of course, I would project this, of course. There's a method in Spanish called, teaching proficiency through reading and storytelling. So this would be one of those methods that I would be using with my students, and, projecting this for the whole class to see and having them interact with me and so forth, and with the story. So hopefully that was good enough. Hope that was helpful. Everyone, it was great being in class with you. Have a great Christmas and time off, and back at it next semester. Student teaching will go swell. Have a great rest of your evening.